Welcome to my very first agent. This was for value tables. And before we jump into how to use the agent, I want to show you why you care about this agent because not everybody thinks the same way I think. And so what we're going to talk about today is buyers trade money for value. And when we think about that, it's which buyers, how much money, and for what value. This value tables agent is here to help us start to answer that question for what value. I define value as the result of solving problems. That's the reason why people buy something is they have a problem and they want to achieve some result. And yet, in the world of B2B, value is measured in incremental profit. How much more money did we make for our customer? A customer is not going to buy something from us if they don't think they're going to make more money after they bought it than before they bought it. And so when we put these three slides together we just looked at, buyers trade money for value. Value is the result of solving the problem. And in B2B, value is measured in incremental profit. The question becomes, how do we go from problem to profit? What's the value of solving a problem? And to do that, I crafted a tool that I use all the time called a value table. A value table has 4 columns associated with it. These 4 columns are the solution, the problem, the result, and the value. The solution is your product. It's a feature of your product. It's your service or one of the services you offer. It's something you do. It's something you brag about. It's something you love to tell your clients or potential buyers about. It's a reason why people buy your product sometimes. You built that feature because it solves a problem for a customer. Can you articulate what that problem is? By the way, that's where most people have a hard time, is articulating the problem. Once you can articulate the problem, then we move to results and say, hey, if someone has this problem and they use your solution to solve it, what's a result they might achieve? And then the last column, value, what's the monetary value of that? What's the dollar value of that? So let's go through a really quick example. This is fast food. In the world of fast food, especially drive-thrus, one client that I was working with has a long-range communications radio. So why the heck does a drive-thru at a McDonald's need a long-range communications radio? Well, it turns out there was a problem. They built it to solve a problem. So if you put yourself in the shoes of a McDonald's owner, our drive-thru lane slows down when customers have to wait for us to prepare the food. This upsets everyone in line and reduces our revenue during busy times. So this is a problem. That makes sense. So what's the result if we could solve that problem? By taking orders at the edge of the parking lot, we have more time to prepare the food, resulting in 2 more cars per hour during peak times. So when I think of results, I think of KPIs. What's a key performance indicator that we're going to help our customer move? And then the last column, value, if we're able to move a key performance indicator, how much more money did we make that client, that customer? And so in this example, if we have 2 more cars per hour, we have 3 peak hours in a day, we have 360 days a year, we have $10 per car, a 60% margin at a McDonald's approximately. So that comes out to $12,960 of additional profit per year. So that's what a value table looks like. The agent we're about to look at talks to the first 3 columns. I haven't yet tackled the 4th column. Maybe one day we'll try that. But let's take a look at the agent now. And what you're looking at is the agent. I used agent.ai. It's free and it's super easy to use. You can see the URL here is agent.ai/agent/value table. You can go there yourself if you want to play with this a little bit. And so for our value table, all it's going to do is it's going to ask us, please describe the market segment you're targeting. So I'm going to use my company for a second. And so we target enterprise B2B sales teams for one of the products we sell. We have you'll see that in just a second, actually. So what's the B2B product that I'm selling? So I'm selling a selling value bootcamp. And then it's asking for the URL of a website that includes a description for this or my company website. I'm just going to put in impactpricing.com. It's going to go through and take a look at my entire website and decide what information is there that's useful or not useful. And then if you have one, upload a spec sheet for this product. I don't have a separate spec sheet that uploads well for this product, so I'm not even going to do it. And I'm going to hit go. Now it's going to start thinking, and it actually takes a little while to think through this. So instead of waiting for this answer, let me show you what I got on a previous one. You'll notice that it's the exact same things: enterprise B2B sales teams, selling value bootcamp, impactpricing.com, no spec sheet. This is what the output looks like. And so what the agent did was it started by saying, hey, I want to pick out 3 sub-segments. So you defined a market segment, enterprise companies with B2B sales teams. I'm just going to sub-segment that a little bit. I find most companies don't do a good job at their segmentation. They don't think deeper about the different types of customers. So this helps you start thinking that way. So we've sub-segmented it. And then we said, okay, what's a problem that someone in that segment has? And so we'll just take a look at this first one. Difficulty in communicating value for a large technology company. Our sales team struggles to effectively communicate the value of our complex solutions, leading to longer sales cycles and lost deals. Okay, that feels like a problem. I like to make sure that there's negative consequences. So here they actually broke it out: longer sales cycles and lost deals. So what are the KPIs we're going to move? We're going to move the sales cycle length, and we're going to move the win rate. So you'll notice we just did the problem and the results. Here's the actual features. So what are the features that are part of this Selling Value Bootcamp that might help achieve these results? There's value messaging frameworks and role-playing exercises. Okay, so the value messaging frameworks is the value table we're playing with right now. And then I asked it for a story. Just tell me a story to try to put this a little bit more, make it a little bit more intuitive or understandable. So at TechCorp, the sales team often found themselves in lengthy discussions with potential clients, unable to clearly articulate the unique value of their solutions. This resulted in extended sales cycles and in some cases lost deals to competitors who could communicate more effectively. After attending the Selling Value Bootcamp, the team learned to craft compelling value propositions, significantly reducing their sales cycle and increasing their win rate. So I won't say this is perfect, but it's not bad. It's pretty accurate. And it gives you, if you do this for your own products or you do this for your clients' products, it gives you a way to start thinking, what are those problems that they have to deal with? And this is where the value comes from. Now, theoretically, we could say, hey, how much am I going to improve the sales cycle? How much are we going to improve the win rate? And once we know those answers, we can then go on to say, well, how much more money did we make you as a company because you were able to solve these? So just so that you could see the rest of it, this was the large technology companies. We had 5 different problems that it picked out for us. Then it said, give me financial services firms. And it picked these sub-segments. I did not do that. And it picked the 5 problems that it wanted to address. I didn't do that. And then it says healthcare solution providers. And it picks the 5 problems. Now, like all AI, I would not trust this. But it's a great way to start because it gets you thinking in the way that you really want to think, which is what are the problems that my customers have that we solve, and what are the results that they might achieve. If you want some help with this, please reach out, mark at impactpricing.com. And I definitely love your feedback. If you use this and play with it, tell me how it works. Love to hear. Thanks.